All right. So why not Black Swamp?
Well, because I mean, then it would just have to be a Shrek game, right?
Well, yeah.
Also, I didn't realize how bad the clipping was. I didn't notice his cape and how bad it was.
Yeah.
It's also kind of funny because we're about to go on a huge murder spree, and when we could have actually done it peacefully.
Yeah. But this is Skyrim.
This is Skyrim. And I think this is when I was like thinking about. I was like, I think you can do this peacefully, but also I'm here, and do I want to risk it? So then we decided violence.
I choose war. Failed.
I think I missed that guy. Do we still have Mule with us?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah. I think we dump her at the end of this episode.
Gotcha.
Spoiler alert.
We don't dump her. I guess.
I mean,
but nonetheless, yeah, these guys are. This is a hard. This can be really hard if you're early level. Like they have just regular Elven armor if you're lower level instead of class armor, but
yeah. Look at that.
Can't wait to. Alright, that's fine.
I was talking about him. Sidestepped him.
Yeah, I'm just excited to get that armor.
I know, but
I've been waiting so long to make it.
So my knee.
Oh,
took an arrow to it.
Actually, in Elder Scrolls 6 news, supposedly there were leaks. Supposedly.
Supposedly.
I don't really believe them very much.
Allegedly.
But they are saying that, there's going to be dragons and stuff in it too. I don't know. I think most people discredit it, though, from what I was seeing online.
Okay.
So,
it just, to me, it seems odd to go back to High Rock and Hammerfell, since wasn't that the setting of the second game? Although I realized that was the second game.
Let me double check because I forget. Daggerfall, yeah. Is that the one, or is it Arena that's like the generated one? Let me double check.
Might be both. I mean,
I think this is the one that takes place over all of Tamriel. It might be Arena. I get those two mixed up, to be completely honest, because, well,
yeah,
I don't know that much about these old games. I know that there's a Unity remake of, I think, Daggerfall. But let's see.
All I know is from the 5 minutes that you made me play, and I died pretty quickly because I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah, it's rough. It's old school RPG big time. But okay, here we go. Daggerfall is set on the Iliac Bay between the provinces of High Rock and Hammerfell, which is possibly where they'll take place in the next game too. Maybe.
Yeah.
I think they probably like that just because it's slightly less exotic than, Black March or something like that. There's more variety in a place like that. It's a more traditional fantasy.
Yeah, like I get the appeal of it. It just seems like you're picking samey places.
Yeah, I do agree, because but a lot of the fan base, I can't fully test this because these are going to be some other arguments that I do see merit to. The fan base loves Morrowind so much because it is so unique. Setting is so different from Oblivion and Skyrim and Daggerfall, and Arena is his own thing.
Yeah.
But it's it's a very different world, which is why I do kind of think that setting it in a unique setting like Black Marsh or Elsewhere or any of those other locations would be kind of cool. But nonetheless, I also understand why they don't. Ooh, one thing that's actually exciting to think about too is with the next game is if they do a there's going to be another invasion.
Invasion?
Yeah, from the I'm blanking on the word for them now. It is another continent that invades sometimes.
Yeah.
What is it called? I'm gonna look this up. Elder Scrolls continent. If I could type.
Everything all right?
At Mora, which is where the Nords are from. Akavir. The Akaviri invasions. They happen quite a few times. One of them actually was very recently after the and Elder Scrolls Online, I think, takes place after a recent Akaviri invasion.
Okay.
But nonetheless, it'd be interesting because then it just adds some more enemy types. I think the races from Akavir or like snakes. Remember right?
Interesting.
Let's see. Oh, actually, there's I'm just looking at the wiki now. So let's see here. The Tangmo is home to a race of monkey folk, not to be confused with monkey folk known as the Imga, who are being oppressed as constant basis by the three other races of Akavir. The Kamal is inhabited by primal demons that thaw out once a year and attack Tangmo. The monkey folk always manage to drive them back. Papotun, formerly Potun Tiger Empire, is the homeland of the Tiger people. So basically, similar to the Khajiit.
Okay.
This, I don't know how to say this, Saisi is the largest and presumably the most powerful of the kingdoms of Akavir. Is the first, is the homeland, and according to legend, the Taisi is the homeland of immortal vampire serpent men that used to exist in Akavir were all eaten by this race. The Taisi also enslaved goblins that they used for forced labor and blood, which also humans and goblins.
Okay.
So I think that's who I was thinking of, the Saisi.
Gotcha.
It's just there's just like franchises like
there's a lot of lore to it.
There is a whole lot of lore. A lot of stuff to learn about. They do some like really weird stuff, especially like the more extraneous lore. So and I am a sucker for some good old fantasy game or fantasy world lore. So yeah, there's Warhammer, obviously, which is like batshit crazy. Like I don't know, I can't get into Warhammer just because of how
out there
cranks on the dial. Yeah, it turns everything up to like 11. So I just can't get into it because doesn't feel grounded to me.
Yeah, this at least feels grounded enough.
Yes, right? Exactly. Yes, and I'm sure. Like this is coming from a very ignorant perspective on Warhammer because I don't know a whole lot about it, admittedly.
Yeah.
So maybe if you investigate more and you learn more about it, it is more grounded. But for me personally, the art style and the take on things is a little too over the top for what I personally like. That's not to say I won't enjoy it sometimes, because sometimes you just do want the craziness. It's fun.
Yeah. I get that.
What are you doing?
So I was playing a game called also, I love how he's not actually chained at all.
I know, yeah. That's 100% from that one mod that makes everyone different sizes.
Yeah.
But you're playing a game, right?
I was playing a game called Dustland Delivery, which feels a lot like a Fallout game. Would highly recommend.
Okay, so like post-apocalyptic type of.
Yeah. Basically, it's a 2D side scroller pixel art game. Looks great. Where you essentially man a semi truck that you drive through the desert, taking stuff between towns and.
Oh, okay. Sounds kind of similar to Mad Max 2 then.
Yeah, a little bit. There's no cult that worships water, as far as I'm aware, but there are.
I mean, there could be though.
There could be, yes. But there's different factions that you kind of have to
like manage and deal with.
Yeah. This
What? Did I actually unlock it? Oh, you didn't cut this part though. Oh man.
There's only so much I can do here.
Oh. Yeah, it's okay.
We were in a dungeon and I didn't see any like obvious cut this.
Yeah, this wasn't too bad either. Rude. I just saved your life.
Yeah, I think that was your response.
Oh well. But actually, it kind of reminds me. So I told you I've been playing Jedi Survivor lately, and there's a mini game in there, and they might kind of name drop the channel in it. So I kind of think you have to play that game now. Obviously.
What?
It name drops the channel. They literally say, "Shall we play a game?"
I mean, if you want to play it for the channel, then
not anytime soon, no. But also, we'd have to play the first one.
No. What's the what's the series for it?
Jedi. It's literally like just called Jedi. Like there's Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor, which is the second game in the franchise. So it's a fun game.
I'm being very tempted to go back to Clone Wars.
You never go wrong with it. Okay, sometimes yeah. There's some rough. There's a few undercooked episodes here and there, particularly droid ones and Jar Jar ones.
Yeah, I was watching a video about, I think it was the 7th season, and the guy basically says the one truth that all of us Clone Wars fans like to ignore, but is definitely true, is that like 20% of the series is actively bad.
Yeah, I can't dispute that. But that's why you just watch the recommended watch list. You know, you don't have to watch all of them, especially because I've always wanted to do it. I've been kind of doing it as like watching the chronological order, including the movies. So episode 1, 2. Start watching Clone Wars. Watch like important episodes in chronological order, or at least in like a logical order. It doesn't have to be completely chronological. And then you get to episode 3, and then you finish the Clone Wars, and then you can watch like I don't know. It's cool having so many options, I guess.
Yeah. The same channel made a video about how Order 66 has retroactively become like one of the best events in the entire Star Wars canon. Like,
how do you mean retroactively?
So you know how like in the in Revenge of the Sith you have Order 66, but it's more of a backdrop to Anakin's fall to the dark side. Because let's be real, when you first watch it, having no other context of like any of the other instances or none of the other shows or anything, you don't really know any of the Jedi that get killed, right?
Yeah, not really. You don't get any relationship with him. You just see him die.
Yeah, so it like obviously it's sad that these people are dying, but also like I don't know these people. So the effect is not really as poignant.
So what is going on here? Oh, was this when I was? Oh, yeah, this is when I realized I could have chosen peace.
Yeah.
This is an alternate timeline. But
I think we just go and talk with the guys here. But anyway,
yeah, we talked to them and they're like, "Oh, yeah, we can get you these orders to release him or something like that."
yeah. But then when you go through the Clone Wars show and you get to actually know these people, you know that it's actually far more tragic, and you
Yeah,
feel more.
You get a lot more acquainted with the order.
Yeah, and you actually feel bad for both
Yeah,
the Jedi and the clones.
Yeah. Oh
Because
yeah.
in the movies, the clones are just these
It's pretty
CGI
mindless,
armies.
honestly.
Yeah.
Too.
So it's kind of like,
much personality.
well, why'd they shoot him? I mean,
Yeah.
were they going to do this entire time?
Yeah,
It's
the
like,
plot line that I really struggle to find these people. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was after hours for them. But yeah, it's yeah, I know what you mean. It's interesting how it did make it more impactful, a lot more. Also, I love the exploration of the clones more. Understand how they're made more. You understand their yeah, they want to have unique identities, even if they are clones.
yeah, exactly. I mean, they're people too,
Exactly.
which the whole inhibitor chip kind of takes that
Wait,
individuality.
wait. This I forgot about this. That lady is a vampire, and she just came up from that dungeon there. That is suspicious.
A little bit, yeah. So, yeah, and then obviously the final 4 episodes you get of the Clone Wars series, you get like the Order 66 actually happening in the show, and it's a great scene. Like, I mean, it's probably one of the best arcs in the entire show, if not in all of Star Wars.
I'd be careful saying that, but I can to some extent agree.
Yeah,
you just made some middle-aged man very unhappy, though.
Yeah, I mean it probably is one of the best pieces of Star Wars media since Empire Strikes Back.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I don't know, personally, I think that episode 3 is really good too.
I feel like the story and the ideas are good. The execution maybe could have used a little bit of work.
I think that the CG and the lightsaber fights were a lot better in that one, though.
Wow,
a lot better than the first one's. Okay, I like episode 1 more than episode 2. I think episode 2 is boring, but episode 1 has by far.
Now this is pod racing.
That poor kid, though. That's really one thing I hate about the Star Wars community. They are so fucking toxic.
I mean, it's not just Star Wars. Let's be fair.
It's not just Star Wars, but
like
it is
I feel
one of the
bad
worst
for
ones.
the
Jar Jar.
Well, yes, I was gonna say I feel bad for the Joffrey kid from Game of Thrones because he did not deserve.
No, he did not.
The hate that he got.
I did actually just see him in something though, like where he was acting again after Game of Thrones.
That's good. Like I know that he kind of swore off acting for a while because of all the backlash.
Yeah, exactly.
From stupid people.
Yeah, because people don't seem to can't understand reality from fiction, but
the fact that, yeah, I will say this: the fact that so many people hate you because of a character you played means that you did a really great job at acting.
Yeah, he killed it.
Yeah,
He definitely killed it.
literally.
Oh, that's right. He was in Sex Education.
Interesting. Okay.
He wasn't like a main character. He was called Dodgy Mo, and he's
Okay.
kind of like a washout. But
Yeah.
he did a good job in the show. And it was 2023, I think, when he did that. So it's post Game of Thrones. So it's good to see him doing that because he seems like from the footage I have seen of him as just doing regular stuff, he seems like an all right dude. So
yeah. From what I've heard, he's a very nice guy. Nice.
Exactly. Yeah.
And just he's able to play a psychopathic monster very well. So well that people kind of forget that he's an actor playing a part.
Just a really good actor, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Communities suck.
Yeah.
I will say the Game of Thrones community, it's a little toxic, but it wasn't as toxic until season 8 came out.
Yeah, season 8. There are parts of season 8 that I like.
There's nuggets of goodness, but
yeah, I told this to one of my coworkers. I personally don't think Arya should have been the one to not to like detract from Arya as a character, but
I don't know. I didn't like Arya as a character after she went through the whole faceless thing.
Yeah.
She kind of becomes insufferable. She's just really hard to tolerate. Like,
I don't want to get too sidetracked off of Arya. I think it either should have been Jon, because obviously that's kind of where everything was building up to, or, and some people might disagree with me, if they wanted to keep the whole the twist type of thing, they should have had Bran stab him in the back while Arya
yeah, something along those lines. I would. I don't think it ever was going to be Jon because of how George R.R. Martin handles prophecies and everything. How his universe doesn't have the exact prophecy come true. That's not what he does. So it would not have been done. But there's so many things wrong with that episode. The one that really aggravates me with that episode, I still remember it to this day. It was the fucking Dothraki running out into that field and getting completely annihilated.
And then showing back up in the next episode.
Yes, the guy literally says, we just effectively watched the death of the Dothraki. We just got to see this entire warrior clan people get eliminated.
Yeah.
And then they show up as a full fucking army an episode later. Like, have some continuity. Like, that one aggravated me so much. And like those first 2 episodes were pretty good too. And those were the only 2 episodes not directed by whatever their names are. I just kind of know I'm just Dumb and Dumber anymore.
Okay, this is where we're
dropping
off that Mule.
Missing out on that exciting content of me trying to find that freaking satchel for that recruit.
Yeah, if you were paying attention, there was a bit of a cut.
There's a cut. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you, Delphine. Fuck you.
And at least if Bran was the one that did it, that would at least give him some more credence to being named king afterwards.
Yeah. Or I feel like that would make sense also, like, as a alternate take on the prophecy as well.
Mm-hmm. Plus, he
Because,
has actual, a connection
power.
with the fucking villain.
Exactly. That's the thing. Because it would make sense for him to. Not just Arya just showing up out of the blue to do it. Like, it's just stupid.
Like, Arya beat the distraction with one of the dragon glass swords, and then Bran stabs him in the back with the dagger because he didn't actually give it to Arya.
Also, speaking of Arya, though, but she 100% should have died in season 5 when she fell into that canal after being stabbed like 10 times in the gut.
That's for not the next part, because the next part's actual, proper time. Anyways, see you guys next time.